Hey everybody, there's another video. This video is about why the four horsemen don't exist in this age. The reason why they don't exist is because, well, for them to exist, we have to be using the matrix. We don't use that. The reason why we don't use that is because whoever is running the world right now, they know that if they try to use it, it will reset order to this world. And they know that. Simply because if they would put it into the schools and things like that, that means that people will start researching it. And then they're gonna start coming to the same knowledge that I have come to where there are jobs then placed into the matrix. I believe this is how you always hear these stories of how you got a god, a love god, a god of war, god of this, god of that, and then you have angels because it's not that much jobs to go around. We even can see that in this society. It's not that much good jobs to go around. So if you don't have a job, where did you label it as? An angel. But since we created the physical, you could be god of other things now, like god of tissue, shit like that. It's not that much spiritual jobs to go around. And why they don't exist? Simply because we're not using the matrix. And the crazy thing about it, the people that run the road know that, and if they were to let them use the matrix, and the people who was elected, I believe this is why they always said inside so many stories that you can't save the world, you have to be chosen. I believe this is what they mean about being chosen, is simply that's your job in the matrix, to retaliate. And how do I know this? Because I actually came across what my job was in the matrix, and my job is to simply just watch. It's not an important job. It's like, it's a job that's necessary because I like to see it as two perceptions, right? Two different perceptions connecting. Like, don't you know how you always got the story of God and the devil, but they can't do nothing without each other. Like, they need each other for stuff to happen. Like, there's always like two perceptions, and that's clearly, well, that template is like my job. Like, I help other jobs come into a clean perception. That's all I do, and that is really my job in the matrix. How do I know? Well, one day, well, I do have the ability to go into the matrix, but I only can do it if I smoke just a little bit of weed. I can never do it sober. I could do it sober, but it doesn't take me far, because we don't really eat how we're supposed to. Like, everything we have don't have no energy. Like, it's all fake. Like, they know what they're doing. But back to the story. One day I was asleep, and this never happened to me before because it happened to me when I was asleep, and you can't smoke while you're asleep. The reason why I don't smoke before I go to sleep is because I would smoke and then I would leave. I'll go into the matrix. So usually I don't smoke before I sleep. But I went to sleep, right? And then, like, in the middle of the night, I got dragged into the matrix to watch three people use it. How do I know it was three? I seen three niggas walking around back there. I'm like, what the hell? But I really didn't care, so I just woke up and went back to sleep because I was tired. I'm like, and that's why I believe that's my role. And then the physical part, because that was the spiritual part, the physical part, I actually researched my name. And that's what they were saying that this character does. Is just watch. That's all that he does. Right? And the thing about my role is, if when things are going correct, in order to get things done, you need my role to help you create that better perception, because there's nothing that you can do in this world alone. It's nothing that you can do in this world alone. That's why I believe that if you start looking up, like, inking and nails. I know people search that stuff up. I'm not trying to bring up that story, but what I'm trying to bring is that template, a way that the gods were set up. They said that there wasn't one God. There was something called an Elohim, and that was 7 gods put together. You know, each one had a different job, and they all had to come together to create one perception to make a change to the world. Because nothing you can do by yourself, and you know that because if you watch my other videos when I was saying about the twin flame, you can't get nowhere without your twin flame. It's impossible. So it's nothing from that alone shows you that you can't do nothing by yourself. And the thing about the 4 horsemen is, for them to even realize who they are, they have to go into the matrix and understand that the emotions they feeling, because they might be fighters, they might be somewhat cycles or something, I don't fucking know, but they have the mindset to fight back, and they should know when there's something wrong. I'm not saying that they're not awake, it's just that they can't do it by themselves even if they was awake, because it's either they need the group or they need the twin flame. And the thing about it is, both of the group and the twin flame are split up around the world. It's like fucking Dragon Balls. Like, you gotta bring all the Dragon Balls together and make a fucking wish type shit. But where the fuck are the Dragon Balls? It's like, you can't find them because it's so much bullshit out there. None of the true information get released or get noticed. Because I guarantee when I post this video, it's going to be like 3 views. It won't even get noticed. And that's just how the world works. And from that alone shows me that they don't exist. Even that they are real people, but they just don't exist. They're not the group as they was back in the day. Like, the A-team are not around. And I know that because I'm a part of it. I'm supposed to watch over the team. And that is my job. And if I'm not watching over anybody, there's nobody in their job placements. Like, there's nobody in their jobs. It's just like that. Like, we all been fired. And as you see, there are things like the 4, or like everything is based off of the Matrix. Like, you got the CIA, FBI, Homeland Security. That's like the 4 horsemen. Then you got the army. You got more, but it's like, you know, the ones that we see currently, because the police officer is really like the FBI or Homeland Security. It's like it's a part of that. Because you know that from watching police shows, that if something get a little bit out of hand, Homeland Security will take over the place, not really the FBI. That's unless like somebody's a terrorist from another city and then the FBI get involved, or just whatever, you know. Like, everything is based off the 4 horsemen. God, you got presidents that replace gods. It was like, and then you see that there's not just one president. You got Trump, Putin, Kim Jong-un. Like, you got all these people. Like, it's about 7. It's like it's based off the same shit. Like, everything is based off the same shit. Then each, like, it's just a template that they, like, this is how you really run the world. You gotta know how the Matrix work. And however the way the Matrix work, you gotta, it's like a template. And you gotta build that template into whatever you're doing to control. It's like we're living in a different Matrix. But it's still the Matrix. It's like we're just living differently, backwards, really. Now, when things start going forwards, that's when people start getting their job titles back. They start getting their ranks back of what they truly supposed to be. But the people who run the world don't want that. They don't. Because if that do happen, that would be the apocalypse. That would be the coming back of Jesus Christ. Because the way that I like to see Jesus Christ is, I don't think he's a person. Like, if you really say his name, it say G's, us. Like, us as a group. Like, it's like, that's the way that I see it. Like, I don't see it as an actual person. And then they create these Bibles to be like, when you see birds come out the sky, oh, Jesus coming back. No, the fuck he's not. Cause if he was gonna come back, he would have been came back a long time ago. Why is he waiting for the plan to unfold? What, perfect timing? What the fuck? What is that? We like, if he come right now, that'd be perfect timing. I feel like that stuff is in place for you to sit down and to wait for something that's not of you to save you. But I just told you there's nothing to save you. Because Jesus is not supposed to save you. That's why everybody got it fucked up. The four horsemen are supposed to save you. But everybody keep waiting for the return of Jesus Christ. We talking about the nigga that they put on the cross. So what, he can come back and get put in a jail? Like, how the fuck is he gonna save us? Did anybody ever think of that? The same nigga they put on the cross gonna save us. The nigga that they beat gonna save us. What I believe that stuff is all about, I believe that when Jesus Christ came out, or whatever, the cross and the symbols of Jesus Christ, I believe that was the turning of the new beginning for the people who run the world. Because of, you notice that it was more Jesus Christ's back then. This is what people don't understand. Because what they said about magic, they said you had Jesus Christ, right? But everybody know Jesus Christ was a mage, a warlock, a witch. He was labeled on one of those categories. But this is what they say. They said they killed Jesus Christ, the Son of God, right? And then the Christians went around hunting witches and warlocks. Those are the same thing as Jesus Christ, but labeled differently. I just feel like when that took place, it just wiped the Matrix out clean. That's all they was doing. And it was easy to find. All you gotta do is, anybody do magic around here? And they'd be like, yeah, that bitch over there, next thing you know, she on the fucking cross. But they wasn't documented. Cause you know the era that we're in, they don't like documenting shit. Like, cause all these people that should have been in Black History Month, White History Month, I don't give a fuck, that they don't document. Because it's just, they didn't blow up. Jesus Christ blew up because he was the first one to get fucked up. Then after that, it was just a game to them. And now it's how it is now. That's why when you look at magic, magic is not the same as to how it used to been back then. Now you look at magic, you believe it's fake. Because of the way they show you what magic's supposed to be. And then you like, we gotta wait for God, because God said we shouldn't use magic. Who the fuck said you shouldn't use magic? A book? Like, we all can agree. This is the crazy part. We all can agree that that book came out after his death. So how the fuck did he say that? How do you know any of that stuff is even accurate? All of a sudden you say you can't use magic, but he's dead? They killed that nigga, put him on a cross, and he said don't use magic. Wait, what? See how stupid that sound? Now you're supposed to retaliate. This is war. This is like somebody coming killing your king. Better yet, this is like somebody coming and killing your best friend. Now, he said, nah, nigga, don't fight back. What? You see how stupid that sound? Y'all sound that shit sounds so crazy to me. Like, if you just sit down and think about it, he said, don't use magic, don't fight back. One man. Better yet, this is what they say. The twin gonna come back, spit fire at their mouth. For what? They get shot dead in the street, and then they're gonna come back to life? What type of fucking game are we playing? Because, first of all, when God entered this body, you know what's gonna happen? He's gonna live by the same laws as a fucking human being. So if he gets shot dead in the street, he ain't coming back for like a couple fucking thousand, at least 20 more fucking years. The way that parents are just having babies, like, it's not easy to reincarnate somebody nowadays. Like, you coming right fucking back. It doesn't make any sense. And that's why I believe the four horsemen don't exist. Because I'm supposed to be watching over them. And since I can't, there is none. Because I'm not in my job place. 'Cause how do I know? Because my job place is once at the top simply because I watch. So I'm like in the number one position. But that number one position can turn into a civilian real quick if I don't get my job title. It's like it's number one, but it's not that important. It's just not that important. It's just a trick. And it's not that important. Cause those people with the other jobs, their jobs more important than mine. It's just that they can't do it by themselves. Cause for them to do it takes three people. I believe that's why I got like. I believe that's why like everything is like three. The period like it's just three. You know, it takes three because it takes you, your twin flame, then me. Then to create an actual wall, it takes four. My wife, me, you, and your twin flame. You know what I'm trying to say? It's bananas. And then they want you to wait. Wait for what? Wait for what exactly? I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. And that's why I believe the four horsemen don't even exist right now. Like they're real people. Like all these people you hear of, I guarantee. Because if you start looking at the situation of the gods, you start looking at the lore of them and shit, you can start realizing that they're like a monkey in every religion. There's a god in every religion. There's a devil in every religion. There's like some bird shit in every religion. And so you start finding out that these religions are depicted off one fucking person that have been recreated like 7 times. So you're over here thinking like it's 42 gods, but no, nigga, it's like fucking 8. But it's that different cultures that just drawing these people out differently to the way that they wanted to be drawn out. So you play a game, you might think it's Hombats, but that's Sun Wukong. But in another religion, that's Sun, that's Jesus fucking Christ. Like it's I feel like it's just all mixed up. But that's all I got to say. That's why I think that there are no four horsemen. Because their jobs obviously exist, but they're not the ones that's at the top of the matrix. Because you have other things that matter, like the goddess of love, the goddess of war, goddess of this, goddess of that, and this and that. I guarantee they're probably at the bottom simply because that their jobs are only necessary like every fucking 10,000 years to wash the earth. Like you ain't gonna wash the earth every fucking day, you know. But at the same time, that will still earn you in a place in Olympus. But you won't be used as much as the person who watched, the person who supposed to make the goddess of love, the goddess of war, you know, shit like that. But that's all I got to say, you know. It's only y'all only go from your own opinion about shit, but fuck it, you know. Y'all have a great day.